My name is Mudassir Azeemi, and today I will give you some ideas about design thinking. It's a big, topic, obviously, and if we want to do the activity around this design thinking, approach, it may gonna take us 6 months to learn it. Why? Because currently I'm working at I'm working as a lead interaction designer for Wells Fargo, and also teaching design thinking approaches at UC Berkeley. And in fact, today is our last day of our 6 month cohort. So if you want to learn design thinking, it's gonna take you almost 6 months and four big projects to get the hang of it. That what's going on, what's not, how things are working in this world, and how to approach the problems, how to implement the user research. But there's one thing over here in the design thinking world. There are two camps out there. One is agree with this idea, like, yeah, design thing is the right approach to go for it. Second is, they don't like design thinking approach because sometimes it feels like it's pushing us as a designer to get something done without thinking in detail, like, थोड़ा सा काम करो, check करो, हल्की फुल्की research करो और फिर आगे बढ़ो. That's really not true. Actually, if you really implement the way design thinking was envisioned, इसमें जो पहला पार्ट है वो है एम्पैथी का, राइट? एम्पैथाइज. व्हाट डू यू डू विद, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एम्पैथी? ओके, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, यू कैन नॉट फील समवन्स पेन. अगर किसी को चोट लगी है, उसको जैसा दर्द हो रहा है एग्जैक्टली सेम दर्द आपको नहीं होगा, बिकॉज यू डिड नॉट फील इट. हाउएवर आप उससे हमदर्दी कर सकते हैं, उसके साथ उसकी टेक केयर कर सकते हैं, उसको जो कंफर्ट लेवल है उससे आप सिर्फ पूछ गुछ सकते हैं, राइट? आप इसको फील नहीं कर सकते. तो ये एम्पैथाइज का मतलब फीलिंग, तो ये कहते हैं कि दूसरे यूजर को, जो आपका यूजर है, टारगेट पर्सन है, उसको प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है, नो बडी नोज. ये एक फैक्ट है, जेन्युइन फैक्ट है, नो बडी कैन डिनाई इट. आप खुद अपने आप को एक हथौड़ी मार के देखे, अपने साथ में दोस्त बिठा लें अपना, उसको बोले तुझे फील हुआ पेन के नहीं हुआ, उसको फील ही नहीं होगा भाई, कैसे फील होगा, राइट? सो दैट्स रियली नॉट द एम्पैथी. इज एम्पैथी ये है कि सामने वाले यूजर की केयर करना, कि कैन यू सी द प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम देयर पर्सपेक्टिव, और एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम देयर पर्सपेक्टिव, राइट? फिर एम्पैथी के बाद डिफाइन आता है, जिसमें आप पूरी डेफिनेशन करते हैं कि वो क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है क्या नहीं है. इसके बाद फिर आप अपना आइडिएट करते हैं, प्रोटोटाइपिंग जिसमें आता है, आइडिएशन आता है, आई एम सॉरी, जिसमें स्केचेस आप लिखते हैं, मल्टीपल स्केचेस बनाते हैं, मे बी दिस गोना वर्क, मे बी दैट गोना वर्क. फिर आप थोड़ा सा और आगे जाते हैं, प्रोटोटाइपिंग आती है. सो ये नीलसन नॉर्मन ग्रुप ने अपना ही बनाया हुआ. इसी तरह जितने भी आप डिजाइन थिंकिंग के डायग्राम उठा के देख लें या प्रोसेस, दे आर सेम. देयर इज नो डिफरेंस, ऑलराइट? फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस वन वाज अ नीलसन नॉर्मन ग्रुप. इनका क्या है? Understand, empathize, and define, right? उन्होंने क्या किया? Ideate, prototype is exploration, basically. Test and implement is basically, materializing, right? Everybody try to portray design thinking in their own way. However, the basic premises is very simple. Okay, you have to understand the problem first, and then you need to do certain kind of exploration. Once you have an idea, what you have to do, you have to materialize the idea and test. Without test, you cannot say, that, oh yeah, this problem, we solved, it's working 100%. How you going to measure it if you cannot test it, right? Simple. So see another, example. If you go Google up on design, about design thinking, diagram, you will see tons of them. Stanford D School, same thing. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are, borrowing the design thing from. They have the same guidelines, same principles. All right. This is one of the method. There are so many out there. It all depend according to the, the it all depend on your company. Either you're a big startup or small enterprise. Who knows? Nobody knows what gonna work. So once your culture defines, okay, this is how we're gonna set it up, this is what we're gonna process, this is how we're gonna follow. Let me tell you a story about Wells Fargo. When I joined Wells Fargo around like 2012, what happened was, they were doing the agile waterfall approach. What does that mean? They are combining the agile plus waterfall approach, which is like first the designer need to design all those details and then hand it over to the developers and to the content team, and the content team gonna add their data, and then accessibility gonna add their data. And once we are done from our UX side, then we will hand it over to the developers. However, why we call it agile, a waterfall? Because we had a 1 month sprint, sorry, 3 months of design sprint instead of 1 month or 1 week or 5 days sprint, right? So it was a mix and match. It did work a little bit, kind of like I would say, sort of. It was a bit slow, yes, but why? There are some reason. There were some reasons. Number one, because we are working with the financial industry, right? And it's very sensitive. Number two, security. And then number three, government regulation. So just like we have regulation in Pakistan regarding all kind of like, what kind of transaction should be done and what have you. Similarly, they have these kind of restrictions. For example, if you try to take $10,000 in one day out from your bank account, it doesn't matter it's your personal or business banking. It doesn't matter business account. They will notify the US government, because there are certain rules implemented by these government agencies to prevent the terrorism, the foreign funding. And if you try, we Pakistanis are smart. We try to divide those details into like, okay, let's do 10 transaction of 10, $1,000 each, and I will get like $10,000. Still, you will get notification. The government get notification about your activity. It's simple because every country trying to prevent certain kind of fraud and these kind of all kind of terrorist activities from their end. So that's what the government of Pakistan is doing similarly, right? That's why we are not getting into the gray list anymore in last 2 years, I think. And same thing they are doing it in America as well. That basically what you have to do, simple, you just need to uh, follow the regulation. So that's why in certain companies these kind of methodologies don't work 100%. So today we have like two or three activities. What we're gonna do, the purpose of those activities is very simple. Before you write a single line of code, I love to have you focus on the whys and the core of the problem. All right, to understand your target user, because I know we get excited when somebody give us an idea, or we just have an eureka moment and we say, oh my god, yeah, I got a nice super awesome idea. फिर मैं क्या करूंगा, अपने 4 दोस्तों को बुलाऊंगा, फिर हम कहीं कॉफी शॉफी पीने जाएंगे, वहां पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे, डिस्कस करने के बाद क्या करेंगे, यार आइडिया अच्छा, चल इसकी कोडिंग करते हैं. भाई कोडिंग से पहले ये तो देख लो कोई खरीदेगा भी कि नहीं. यू गोना स्पेंड 400 hours, 200 hours. टाइम इज मनी, टाइम इज मोर देन मनी, राइट? तो मेरा आज का पर्पस इस जो बड़ी एक्टिविटी है इसमें, कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग द वाई बिहाइंड आवर एफर्ट, टू बी क्रिस्प एंड क्लियर अबाउट आवर अप्रोच. This is the main core. This is one single component of the design thinking. All right, इनोवेशन इज नॉट अ फ्लूक. कोई तुक्के में नहीं बनती है भाई. ये चीजें तुक्के में नहीं बनती हैं. अगर आप सोशल नेटवर्क की मूवी भी देखें, जो अपना मार्क जकरबर्ग की है, उसमें उसने बताया कि उसका पर्पस क्या था करने का. इसने कोई तुक्का नहीं मारा था. यहाँ पे शाहिद आफरीदी की तरह छक्के वक्के नहीं लग जाते हैं भाई. ये सारे कैलकुलेटेड होते हैं, ठीक है. सो लेट्स डू अ टाइनी एक्टिविटी राइट नाउ. 5 मिनट्स. आप सब एक काम करें, आप अपनी अपनी स्टार्टिंग में जो भी है, जो भी आप काम कर रहे हैं, राइट, 5 मिनट्स आप अपना स्पेंड करें और ये लिखें, व्हाट प्रॉब्लम वी आर हेयर टू एनालाइज. आप अपनी स्टार्टअप में कौन सा प्रॉब्लम एनालाइज करें. सिर्फ 2 सेंटेंस, नॉट मोर देन दैट. ऑलराइट, मैं टाइमर स्टार्ट करता हूं. उमर, ओके, आई गोना डू इट जस्ट फाइन. और इसको अपने पास किसी नोट पैड में लिख लें, कहीं भी लिख लें, ठीक है. जो इसके बाद जो एक्टिविटी है उसमें फिर मैं टीम बनाऊंगा. एंड आई थिंक हाउ मेनी पीपल वी हैव, 19. ऑलराइट, सो हम 5 बंदों की टीम बनाएंगे एक ग्रुप से जिसका 4 होगा. तो योर टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ. सो जस्ट राइट डाउन व्हाट प्रॉब्लम वी आर हियर टू एनालाइज. कौन सी प्रॉब्लम हम सॉल्व करना जा रहे हैं या एनालाइज कर रहे हैं आज. कोई भी स्टार्टअप की जो आपकी चल रही है या आपके जहन में कभी आइडिया हो. एंड आई विल टेल यू व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस.
Mudassir, I just have a clarifying question on the
Yeah.
problem. Does it have to be one problem
Yes.
or, oh, it has to be
Overarching.
one problem?
Yeah, it's like overarching problem. Like, I'm trying to build the social networking for farmers.
But that's a solution. That's not a problem, right?
It's
Okay.
like
I
that's what
get it.
yeah, what problem we are
All
here
right.
to handle. So problem with the whatever, farmers. So
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
like
Got it.
overarching thingy.
Sure. Thanks.
Shab, you know how to make breakout room?
I think I can try.
Or I can
So we
help
need to see कि कौन किस रूम में I think जाएगा पहले.
you. We just gonna
Like for
randomly
me
put
to.
them together. It's okay.
Okay,
No
cool.
biggie. So here's the thing. So I hope you guys have now the one single problem statement, right? And thank you, Shah, for correcting. It's, yeah, like how I can help farmer to gain to the big market, right? Something like this. So let's do the activity two now. This is where we will try to understand our user by digging a little bit more deeper and asking five whys. All right. So I'll tell you how it's gonna work. But first, so 4 participant or 5 participant in each group. There will be 2 interviewers and 2 interviewees, and set the timer for 5 minutes each round, right? So you 2 interviewers, 2 interviewees. For example, two are gonna pretend they're the farmers or whatever the field you are choosing, or whatever the product you're choosing is your choice, and two gonna be the interview. So you guys, one is asking the question, second is taking the note down. So interview, some sample questions start with like, why are passionate about this project, why you want to solve the problem, did you get the problem in past, someone who suffered that kind of problem, etc., etc. So this is how it's going to look like. For example, so why did your car stop? Because it ran out of gas. Why did it run out of gas? Because I did not buy any gas on my way to work. Why did not you buy any gas this morning? Because I did not have any money. Why didn't you have any money? Because I lost it all night in a poker game, right? Why did you lose your money in last night's poker game? Because I am not very good at bluffing when I don't have a good hand. What was the problem? That guy don't have a proper financial planning in his life. That was the biggest problem. So what did he say? Where did it start from? Right? He started from like, oh, because I ran out of gas. But when we start digging deeper, we found out the problem with was his money management. Right? So that's what we have to now try, and we're gonna set up a. I think how many people we have right now? 20, which is perfect. Five. So there will be 4 rooms, five each. 5 person each, into a group. All right. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Let me do this. Let me.
Omar, you're the host. Can you see the breakout room option in your
Omar,
settings?
if you can make
Yes.
me the host, I can do one thing. I can set it up. I do it every day, man. At school.
Okay, but it will not affect the recording.
It's okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
जो इधर main session में हो रही है वो होगी. They'll come out of the breakout rooms and I think they're going to come
Yeah.
here,
If
right? So हाँ,
exactly.
so it's okay.
Yeah.
So you are host now.
Okay, and I got the breakout room. So what I gonna do? I gonna create 5. Very simple. Sorry, we have how many people we have? 21. Okay,
So
4
excluding the
breakout
three of
room.
us, we have
It's
18.
it's very simple, Omar. If you click on the breakout rooms, it's ask you like how many rooms you want to create and assign automatically, and there you go, a magic, and it's done. All right, guys, if you have any question, concerns, thoughts, come to the main room, let me know, and we will hop around because Umar and Shahab are co-host, so they will jump around into any room. It's super simple. You will get the notification when we are hop around into any room.
I think we're supposed to discuss our problem.
Exactly. एक
Okay,
में से
so
आप इंटरव्यू या दो बन जाए और दूसरे से आप क्वेश्चंस कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है. So मैं इंटरव्यूअर बन जाता हूँ फिर. I think अगर और कोई लीड नहीं ले रहा तो मेरे साथ कोई और कौन सा इंटरव्यूअर बन रहा है? अगर किसी ने बनना है तो बता दीजिए, और बाकी तो फिर जो है वो बन जाएंगे.
I can be the interviewer if there's no one else, since we need to. So I can volunteer.
I'm sorry माहिर, आप क्या बनेंगे फिर बताइएगा प्लीज.
I'll be the interviewer if there's no one else.
ठीक है, माहिर और मैं इंटरव्यू बन जाते हैं. हमारे साथ नईम साहब भी हैं और अनीस और रहमान साहब भी हैं. अनीस साहब को मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है जी?
जी बिल्कुल आ रही है आपकी आवाज. मेरी आवाज आपको आ रही है?
बिल्कुल आ रही है जी.
आ
नहीं
रही
सब
है
बिल्कुल
आपकी
आ रही है
आवाज.
आपकी आवाज़. आई एम नॉट टू श्योर अगर अनीस साहब को आवाज़, अनीस साहब आपको आवाज़ आ रही है जी?
जी आ रही है.
ज़बरदस्त. सो माहिर आई थिंक जो है वो निकल गए हैं ग्रुप में से. सॉरी माहिर
No,
नहीं,
I'm here.
अच्छा नहीं साहब.
I'm in the group.
अच्छा जी, सॉरी मैंने देखा नहीं था। अच्छा माहिर, आप लीड करना चाहते हैं इसको? मैं आपके साथ साथ दूसरे फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ लेता हूँ। आई थिंक ऐसे कर लेते हैं,
Yeah, sure, sure.
तो प्लीज टेक द लीड।
So we need the problem first, I guess.
यस प्लीज।
So whose problem would it be?
नईम साहब या अनीस, अगर आप लोग अपनी प्रॉब्लम शेयर करना चाहते हैं, या मैं, मेरे पास एक प्रॉब्लम है, मैं अपनी भी शेयर कर लेता हूँ, वो मसला नहीं, जैसे आप लोग मुनासिब समझे।
हाँ यार
जी
आप शेयर करेगा जी।
चले मैं शेयर कर लेता हूँ। क्योंकि मेरा एजुकेशन से थोड़ा सा ताल्लुक है, तो मैं अपनी प्रॉब्लम बता देता हूँ। तो मैंने जो प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई किया है, वो मैंने आइडेंटिफाई की है पुअर क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन इन पब्लिक स्कूल्स, इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स। तो गवर्नमेंट इदारों में जो तालीम की जो क्वालिटी है, वो बहुत इतनी ख़ास नहीं है, इतनी अच्छी नहीं है। सो हमने प्रॉब्लम डिफाइन कर दिया। आइए, सो आई थिंक माहिर, इफ यू कैन टेक इट फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम हियर प्लीज।
Yeah, so I was wondering about this पहले भी कि would the first question be कि why is education quality poor? Would that be just the first question?
I think
I'm
that would
guessing.
be yes, because
Yeah,
you're defining the problem from the
yeah.
crux, the core, जो बिल्कुल core हमने सवाल हमने identify किया problem, उसमें से ही हम निकालेंगे और फिर हम आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उसको और फिर fragment और तोड़ते जाएंगे उसको।
हाँ
जी जी
जी
तो what I can say the core problem in educational sector is the quality of the content, how
ठीक
the
है,
content is being delivered. It's not the subject or not the public or private. ये दोनों में
ठीक है,
कॉमन प्रॉब्लम है पाकिस्तान में, पब्लिक में भी और प्राइवेट में भी, कि वी आर
ठीक है,
जस्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट हाउ टू गेट द गुड मार्क्स ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट्स। तो फिर
सही,
हम उनको फेक नंबर्स दे के, वो कहते हैं नंबर हाइपर इन्फ्लेटेड मार्क्स दिए जा रहे होते हैं प्राइवेट में भी
ठीक
और
है,
पब्लिक में भी।
ठीक है,
कि अगर आप
सही,
आज से 10 साल पहले देखें, तो अगर आप मैट्रिक का रिजल्ट देखें 10 से 15 साल पहले, तो अगर 1000 टोटल मार्क्स होते हैं तो 700 और 800 का टॉप कर रहा होता है। और
ठीक,
आजकल अगर आप मैट्रिक का रिजल्ट देखें तो 1000 में से या 1100 में से जो नंबर आ रहे होते हैं दे आर टू मच हाई, लाइक 10,000 1060 1080, विच इज बियॉन्ड द एक्सपेक्टेशन के इतने नंबर कैसे दिए जा सकते हैं, विच
ठीक,
सीम्स लाइक वेरी हाइपर इन्फ्लेटेड मार्क्स।
ठीक। अच्छा अनीस साहब, अगर मैं आपसे गुजारिश करूं, मुझे अगर आप ये जो आपने पूरा अभी जो आपने बोला है, बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने, बट आई वांट यू टू ब्रेक दिस डाउन विद बिकॉज। तो जैसे मेरा सवाल जो मैंने आपसे पूछा है, सॉरी जो मैंने क्वेश्चन या प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई किया है, वो मैंने आइडेंटिफाई किया है कि व्हाई इज देयर पुअर क्वालिटी एजुकेशन इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स। अब आपने मुझे एक सेंटेंस में बताना है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस
मेक
दिस
द
दिस।
पेरेंट्स हैप्पी।
तो जो टू मेक द पेरेंट, बिकॉज टू मेक द पेरेंट्स हैप्पी, ठीक है जी। मैं काम ये करता हूँ, अब आई एम नॉट टू श्योर, उमर अगर आप थोड़ा सा गाइड करेंगे इस पे, हम बैक एंड फोर्थ एक ही बंदे से करें या दोनों से करें और फिर उनके पॉइंट्स लिखते जाएं, क्योंकि मैं भी अनीस साहब का मैंने पॉइंट लिख दिया, तो अब मैं नईम साहब से भी वही सवाल पूछूं या अब हम नेक्स्ट सवाल उनसे पूछें?
जितना मेरा ख्याल है तो उसने यही कहा था कि 2 इंटरव्यूअर बन जाए और तीन जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स और होंगे वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर करेंगे, जितना
ठीक
मैंने
ठीक ठीक
समझा
ठीक
है।
ठीक ठीक ठीक, चलें नईम
जी
साहब।
जी तो
जी,
अगर हर बंदा इस सेम क्वेश्चन का आंसर कर ले और आप नोट करते जाए, सो इट्स आल्सो
दैट
गुड
वुड
वे,
वर्क।
क्योंकि हमारे पास अभी भी 14 मिनट्स रहते
टू
हैं।
मेक द पेरेंट्स हैप्पी, ये अनीस साहब का हो गया। नईम साहब, सेम सवाल आपके लिए, लेट मी वंस अगेन पिच इट टू यू जी। व्हाई इज द पब्लिक एजुकेशन इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स सो पुअर?
अब गवर्नमेंट की जो बात हम स्पेसिफाई कर रहे हैं कि ये प्रॉब्लम चूंकि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में जो है अदर देन प्राइवेट स्कूल्स, तो यहाँ पे जब बात आती है फिर तो मैं एक ही फिक्र में ये जवाब करूंगा कि गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसियां जो हैं वो उस लेवल पे चले जाएगी बात कि ये तो फिर गवर्नमेंट को विजन नहीं उतना है, उसको
सही,
होना चाहिए vision कि वो इस चीज को टेक कर सके। पूरी
ठीक,
दुनिया ने किया है, हर मुल्क ने, तरक्की याफ्ता मुल्कों ने किया है, आज से किसी ने
बिल्कुल,
100 साल पहले किया है, किसी ने 50 साल पहले किया
यकीनन यकीनन,
है,
सही।
हमें भी कर
तो
लेना चाहिए।
तो मैं आपका सवाल जो आपका जवाब है, अगर आप उसको एक सेंटेंस में बिकॉज से शुरू करें तो मेरे लिए
हम्म,
लिखने में थोड़ी सी आसानी हो जाएगी।
ये एक सेंटेंस में यही आंसर है कि गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे विजन की कमी है।
बिकॉज ऑफ गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज एंड बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ विजन, ये लिख दूं मैं?
या
because of government policies and lack of vision. ठीक है जी, ये मेरे पास आ गया. उमर, I think आप भी जो हैं वो interviewee होंगे, if I'm not mistaken.
जी जी, कोई इशू नहीं, मैं भी आंसर कर लेता हूँ. और मेरा जहन में
बेहतरीन.
जो है वो यही है कि
Please.
बिकॉज ऑफ पुअर मैनेजमेंट,
सही.
और सबसे बेहतर जो है वो ये है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. प्लानिंग तो वो कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन
ठीक है.
इम्प्लीमेंट कोई नहीं करता. गवर्नमेंट जितने भी इदारे हैं, तो प्लानिंग की अगर बात आ जाए तो हम तो पूरे इतने इतने डॉक्यूमेंट्स वगैरह बना लेते हैं, लेकिन प्रॉपर
सही.
इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं है. तो आप ये लिख सकते हैं कि
सही.
लेक ऑफ प्रॉपर मैनेजमेंट एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन.
Because of lack of proper management and lack of motivation. अच्छा, उमर साहब आपसे एक गुजारिश करूंगा, अगर आप मुझे
Management. I
शेयरिंग
think he
राइट्स दे दें.
said management, not
Oh,
motivation.
इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, हाँ,
apologies.
यस, मैनेजमेंट एंड
Apologies.
इम्प्लीमेंटेशन.
Yeah.
My apologies. अच्छा उमर साहब, आपसे एक गुजारिश है, अगर आप मुझे होस्ट राइट्स दे दें तो मैं अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता हूँ, उसमें मैं लिख रहा हूँ, तो माहिर साहब के लिए आसान हो जाएगा कि वो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछ पाएं.
इसमें क्या नाम है, ब्रेकआउट रूम्स में होस्ट का कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होता.
ऑलराइट, कोई मसला नहीं. मैं
जी,
एक काम ये करता हूँ कि मैं चैट में डाल देता हूँ.
हाँ, वो
माहिर, आई
आप कर
थिंक यू
सकते
कैन
हैं.
प्रॉब्ली पिक देम अप फ्रॉम हियर.
But again, so thanks for noting that down. But so हमारा जो next question होगा, क्या वो वापस उसी answer को हम why
ये
लगा के
further.
won't we just sort of rephrase it and just say
Yep.
why are there lack of government policies and lack of vision and why is
Right,
there lack
बिल्कुल.
of
डीप,
तो
That
यही
is what
होगा
I
ना,
हम
was.
basically
डीपर
it's like
जा सकते हैं
answers the
इसके थ्रू.
question in itself, right?
That is the बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I'm just quickly going to ask मुदस्सिर आपसे एक सवाल पूछना था while you're here only.
Yeah.
So what we've done is कि हमने the problem that we've identified is poor quality of education in government public schools. तो मेरे पास यहाँ पे 3 interviewees हैं. उमर साहब हैं, नईम साहब हैं और अनीस और रहमान साहब हैं. And the questions, as you can, I'm not too sure if you can see the chat, but let me repost them so you can have a look. So these are the 3 answers I've gotten. So the first one was because to make the parents happy. The second one was because of government policies and lack of vision. And then the third one was because of lack of proper management and, oh good lord, and lack of management. Well, same thing really. So then we're going to rephrase the because and then ask another question. Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, why. So what's the problem statement again? Sorry, can you just
So
say it in
no
one
worries. So problem statement very basically is, why is there poor quality education in government schools?
Okay, so let's rephrase it. How we can improve the government education government institute, right?
Right.
So now I will start the question in this is how I'm going to start the question. Okay, I will ask that first of all, I would love to dig into their past, like how what's your previous experience, what's your past experience with the government based education system. So
Right.
they will tell you like, oh, wahan pe whatever is happening, I don't know, like for example here we don't have any issue right now, but like
Right.
online challenges at the moment
Sahi.
because of the COVID, so that's what we are
Sahi.
struggling with.
Right.
So you may see why you want to enroll your kids into the government institute,
Mhm.
or why don't you want to install. So it start with why don't you want to enroll your kids into the government school. They might gonna
Right.
say like because of XYZ factor. So
Sahi.
why you did not think about it, why you did not talk to the government employees about it. They will say because they did not listen to us or whatever, right? So then you start
Right.
keep rolling on and on and on, and then you will find out the great detail, like basically what was the core issue.
Right. Right.
But you
ठीक है,
have a good
सही.
approach, like government institute, the education from the
Right.
government side is a little bit challenging in Pakistan. Yes.
So can we redefine the problem as the first question only
So yes, redefine.
instead of going even further back?
Yes. So just try to rephrase the problem, that
Sure.
why people are not enrolling into government institute for education.
Right. ठीक
Why
है,
they
ठीक है, ठीक है,
prefer
ठीक है,
the
ठीक
private. Now
है.
you
सही.
know what's actually happening, and then you will
Right.
keep rolling on.
All right. Yep, that makes sense. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. That
All
makes
right.
quite a bit of sense. Mahir, I've written it. Let me rewrite it once again since I just got another message. Okay, I've written the last one
Yeah,
incorrectly.
well,
So
the lack of management had to be
lack
followed
of
on with
implementation, I think.
implementation. Yeah.
Yep. So there we go. The last message of being आपको आया है. So I think you can take it from there, and I'll keep noting the answers down so we have something nice and chunky.
So with the first answer, to make parents happy, I'm guessing one question would be, are you happy as a parent? And I'm guessing that would be probably my question. That are you actually happy? And if not, then maybe redefine that a bit more. So
Right. So yeah, cool. So yeah, again, just pitch it as a why question, like why, blah 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 blah. That makes it much more easier to digest.
okay. So why do schools want to make parents happy? I would probably that would be a question.
Yeah.
Nisa?
Oh, it's quite simple.
Nisa, आपको
Financial,
आवाज आ रही है जी?
जी बिल्कुल. स्कूल्स ने अपना रिकॉर्ड शो करना होता है, चाहे प्राइवेट हो या पब्लिक हो. If they keep more students, they will get more funds from the government. So to have the student retain in the school, they will give good marks, hyper inflated marks, so the parents will feel, oh मेरा बेटा चीता है. तो वो बेटे को चीता फील करने के लिए उसी स्कूल में रखेंगे, और वो स्कूल वाले गवर्नमेंट को शो करेंगे, सी आवर रिजल्ट इज टू गुड. When the result is too good, give us more funds, so we can produce more cheetahs.
So so the answer would be to basically get more admissions and to get more funds.
Because
Correct.
Because to attract that, the language is a bit off, but yeah, I think we get the gist of it. Because to attract more students and
Great. If you could share the link here. As far as the idea is concerned, I think you guys are doing great. One question is about the LMS that you guys are currently building. So why do you think this LMS can solve this problem of illiteracy and developing the digital skills for the freelancers community? Because usually freelancers already have access to skill development
Different courses.
websites like Udemy, Coursera, and there are so many other names.
Yeah. I think one of the greatest aspect of RMS is that we are trying to promote local dialect as well, so that in like I've had this question a lot of times, and when I usually answer this question, I just respond that Udemy में या Coursera में या EDX में you don't get to understand Urdu या पश्तो या Hindi. For example, कोई student है, if he is good in या freelancer, if good in graphic designing, मगर उसे English समझ नहीं आ रही. So at the very end, he needs to excel as well. Just because English is a barrier doesn't mean that he cannot grow as in terms of his digital skills. तो हम लोग इस चीज को भी promote कर लें, like local dialect को. Or secondly, yeah, this has been a challenge for us after the or during the COVID period, because जब Microsoft ने और Harvard ने even MIT ने open source कर दिए अपने काफी courses, so why would people refer to our website? Then again, इसमें हम यही कहते हैं या हम यही practice कर रहे हैं या implement करने की कर रहे हैं, that we want to embed the local dialect system.
All right. I think the man has some question.
Okay, so how do you ensure that or rather, how do you actually reach out to more people to actually join?
the community. We have different social media presence, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a YouTube channel. इसके अलावा we have our website, और website पे के अलावा भी हम काफ़ी ज़्यादा events में outreach partner बनते हैं as a community or as an organization. So we have this advantage कि हमारी एक ही नाम की community and organization दोनों है. So interchangeably we partner with different events or collaborate for the cause ताकि जो है भी हमारी visibility prominent हो.
समझ रहा हूँ.
Okay. I have a pretty basic question, like about this platform, DT, right? What makes you think and you are still convinced that this can solve the problem of illiteracy and digital skills only through having online LMS and through the social media campaigns, because already there are so many things. So do you find it difficult to make your position among all the crowd that is already in the market?
I believe that कोई भी startup जब तक कोई value addition नहीं देगा तो people won't come to it. हमारे पास value addition ये है that हम लोग जो हैं उसके like training से साथ साथ job portal या job opportunities के ऊपर भी work कर रहे हैं. Now this was not a our plan. हम लोग COVID से पहले सिर्फ trainings कर रहे थे online and off screen. मतलब boot camps जो physical boot camps होते हैं या sessions होते हैं different universities में and industries में. But then again job portal के आने से एक value addition हुई है. People are more and more concerned because जिस तरह के हालात हुए तो I think we have a pretty good shot. थोड़ी सी इसमें चीजें ट्वीक करनी है, चेंजेस करनी है, because then again हम लोगों ने अभी पिवट किया है like 6 months पहले ही, तो
जी
उसको देखना पड़ेगा बस.
जीनत, आप नहीं समझती कि ऑलरेडी आप जो LMS पे काम कर रही हैं, तो wouldn't it be like more suitable for you guys to just simply collaborate with some other employment portal like Rosie.pk, for example? So rather than building your own job portal where like people can search for the right job.
The thing is, देखो, जब रोजी या इंडीड की हम बात करते हैं, इट्स अ वास्ट पोर्टल. इसमें इंजीनियर्स भी हैं, डॉक्टर्स भी हैं, अकाउंटेंट्स भी हैं, फाइनेंशियल बैकग्राउंड के भी हैं. कोर पाकिस्तान में हमारे पास लेट्स से जो डिजिटल स्टोरी टेलिंग की स्किल्स हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल आपकी कंटेंट क्रिएशन हो गई, या आपकी ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग हो गई, आपकी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग हो गई, या आपकी जो है वो सोशल मीडिया आउटरीच प्रोग्राम्स हो गए, इस तरह की चीजें. ये 4-5 चीजें होती हैं जो कि एक एक इंसान को या एक फ्रीलांसर को स्टैंड आउट करवाती हैं, ताकि चाहे वो VA बने आखिर में, या वो फिर एफिलिएट प्रोग्राम की तरफ जाए, या जो भी करे, तो उसको फोकस रखते हुए रोजी इज वेरी वेरी वास्ट. इंडीड इज वेरी वेरी वास्ट. पाकिस्तान में इतनी वास्टनेस हर चीज के लिए चाहिए नहीं. एक्सपैंडेबल हम बाद में कर सकते हैं, बट हमारा तो देखें ये था भी नहीं कि हमने ये करना है इसमें. बट देन अगेन वी आर जस्ट पिवटिंग, experimenting.
Till grade 5, how you will do this platform? Is it some online platform, or is it some hard copies, or it's like process wise, or is just some you're giving some accessibility as an online? How you're managing this thing? Because less than grade 5 students need some more focus or more efforts. Even the teacher in the class cannot handle it.
So we have a learning application which is available on the Android Play Store. So it's an app, and it can be used on an Android tablet or an Android phone.
So you mean like we need a supporter as well? Because if I have a kid for 6 years old, I need to be downloaded and I have to provide them.
Yes.
So always there is a dependency for the supporter.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in this case, I'm not objecting, by the way. I'm just asking a question here. So in this case, still less than 5 years or grade 5 year students, what will be the starting age? Like till like from nursery, from preschool till 5 year, or from first to 5 years, from 2 to 3 years?
हमारी ऐप में किंडरगार्टन से ग्रेड 5 तक की कंटेंट होता है. तो किंडरगार्टन मीनिंग नर्सरी और केजी के स्टूडेंट जो है ना, वहां से स्टार्ट होते हैं. तो बिल्कुल बेसिक्स ऑफ द लेटर्स एंड द अल्फाबेट एंड नंबर्स, वहां से हमारी वीडियो.
नॉट श्योर हम इसको कैसे हैंडल करें, बट आपका यही आंसर होगा ना, बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन, poor quality education in the public.
I think I think it's a good idea. मेरा personally मेरा ये ख्याल है, I think it would be good कि अगर हम लोग वापस ऊपर चले जाएं तो I keep forgetting his name, the guy who's running the session, Mudassir. I think it will have something different from Mudassir. KG, how do you tackle this problem where you're जो आप ना बिल्कुल ही circles में भागे जा रहे हैं, तो उसका problem का solution कैसे? So I'll write it down. I think this is a good हमारी अच्छी exercise हो जाएगी. Because the public education system is poor.
Yeah, हम ये भी कर सकते हैं. What if we go back one question and see कि यार maybe can we get another answer that can lead to more
could like this be beneficial for those companies if it gets built and it get to that point?
So basically अभी जो ये पूरा काम होता है, this is done manually और analysts बैठते हैं और वो अपने models run करते हैं, but none all of them are primarily Excel models जो outdated हैं काफी, and none of them actually works on the huge data sets, right? क्योंकि उनकी अपनी processing capabilities बहुत limited होती हैं, especially with Excel and everything. So taking it to a next level where you do algorithmic trading जहाँ computer खुद decide करे कब खरीदना है कब sell करना है. That is something that we can automate, and that is how it actually happens globally as well. That computers made these decisions in fraction of seconds when to buy a stock, when to sell a stock.
Okay. We are about
Perfect. And
but your idea seems
like that,
interesting. That's very like high tech idea, and
Yeah.
this is something that this is the area that we need to work on, especially those guys who understands how to code things up and what artificial intelligence is, what data
Okay, welcome back, guys. Assalamu alaikum again. And tell me one thing, what did you learn so far with this quick activity? So
can I say something here?
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so this was, I think, about how to unpack the problem and go deeper with the customer or the user who's experiencing that problem.
Exactly. It's all about, digging deeper and finding out what really the problem is, because sometime on the surface problem looks a little bit different, right? But once you dive deeper, you will like, oh my God, there was something else, or maybe you will find an idea which you may not be thinking, or some certain kind of other details. It will give you a chance to pivot the idea, basically, that maybe you are trying to solve the wrong problem and now you found out the real problem, and that's it. Anyone else? Thank you, Zardar.
Okay, can I share my learning?
Yeah, we have only 8 minutes, so you got 1 minute to share.
Perfect. Okay, so in group discussion we learned about it. Every customer has a different opinion. Everyone has a different knowledge. the idea behind of this exercise, I perceive that we need to think of for the different customers personas. हम किसी एक के लिए प्रोडक्ट बना देते हैं, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो we need to find out target audience market है कितनी हमारे पास. The first thing is that अभी right now in Pakistan, because we were discussing about the e-commerce thing, the e-commerce journeys is like a very is a learning process for the merchants, because उनको खुद समझ में नहीं आ रहा है customers को चाहिए क्या, because there are a lot of steps in finding a product, searching, payment, trust factor. So it's a huge list for the e-commerce side.
So it means like we need to solve the problem for the merchants first, and then we
Yes.
need to train the customer, because customers are already trained, all right. So
Yes.
they have certain kind of idea, but
Yes.
how to set up the quality standard, how to make sure trust, how to gain trust and all those details.
Yes.
And basically, it can happen if a platform is solid. Like for example, in Amazon, if you make a single mistake, right, it's a zero tolerance policy.
Yes.
They will
And
blacklist you.
and in Pakistan, I have seen we are ignoring the power of WhatsApp in the social media, because
Oh
no one
yes.
is using the WhatsApp Pay, or like in China, WeChat is very famous.
Yep.
Or dear, our banking sector need to be mature actually.
Yes.
Yep.
Our financial sector need to be mature. This is the main reason. And the second thing is, especially for the e-commerce, the major thing what we are lacking here is the quality control.
Oh
And
yes.
very honestly, I will say, not any single company want to invest money on the quality control. I will not say the name here, but the big
No, this is
names.
this is the problem, right? This is actually when I was in Pakistan for a couple of time, during like like I came in America in 2002, right? And I've been there like maybe 3 or 4 times, and I did notice it. However, America also get the stuff from China. That's a fact. However, they did apply certain kind of rules. And okay, if we start dig deeper, where this problem lies, it's not the manufacturer's fault, or the merchant fault, or customer's fault. Whose fault is this? Government regulation, like, or environmental details, environmental things, like toxic products should not be enter in our country. So these are the policies. This is where we have to have a solid gateway build, right, about those
Yes.
kind of details. So
Yes.
that's
And
where
if you
we have
remember,
to empathy.
sorry, but that's it. If you remember, in last few months back, Amazon, Facebook, everyone was sitting behind in the courts for the consumer product protection law. If you
Yes.
remember it,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were discussing about how we can make it strong. This is a
exactly.
this is a strong example for us,
Yeah,
because they are
that's what the
yeah.
thing is. This is how you can, like, if you are next time sitting with your friend and somebody says, oh chalo yaar ye banate hain, right, at the corner of certain dhaba. So before
Yes.
jumping, in the next morning, say, oh yaar chal iski coding karenge, PHP mein WordPress theme download kiya, quickly zara isko modify aage piche kiya, and then we will launch. This is what happened, right? Before doing it, spend some time. पता है, मैं अभी recently startup में अपनी start की है. It took us 13 months. 13 months to go and dig deeper and identify the real problem is. Akiko is the name of my product. It took us 13 months. It's not we are not doing any kind of Shahid Afridi ka chakka. Just I pitch pick chakka mara at the end. No, we want to play like Saeed Anwar,
Yeah.
right?
एक्चुअली मेन चीज है हमारे ऑपरेटिंग मॉडल हमारे रेडी नहीं होते, वेबसाइट और ये चीज बना के करते हैं, जबकि इस पूरे प्रोसेस में सिर्फ 2% इसका हिस्सा होता है आपके
Exactly.
प्लेटफॉर्म पे,
तो 13
बाकी
months में
सारा
क्या हुआ,
ऑपरेटिंग.
मैं आपको बताता हूँ छोटी सी स्टोरी इन 1 minute. वो ये कि भाई मेरा दोस्त है रिसर्चर. He did his PhD from South Korea, and he just moved into my neighborhood, right? So he said, यार चलो कोई कंपनी स्टार्ट करते हैं. मैं कहा yeah sure, why not. So वही यूएक्स की हेड पहन के मैंने सवाल किए. And there is a very interesting book, The Mom Test. You should take a look at it. वो सवाल करने के बाद वो भी उसको भी मजा आ गया. Then guess what happened? He introduced me with his PhD fellows. फिर और बंदों से मिलाया, फिर और बंदों से मिलाया, फिर we keep हमने कहा यार okay, we know what we found out the problem, but भाई how we gonna earn money? There's a big deal with all the startups, or how you're going to earn money, right? Even if you are a non-profit startup, how are you going to sustain yourself? At the end of the day, how are you going to earn money? So it took us 3 to 4 months to find out exactly how we can earn money, right? And also in certain domain, like अगर आप PhD researchers को बोलो ना यार तुम्हें पैसे मिलेंगे, they don't care about money. They are crazy people. All right, those who does PhDs, they are crazy. They don't care about money. They care about something else. So we thought about like, okay, इनको इस तरह deal करना है. Or even before writing a single line of code, we were just writing how we're gonna pitch our idea to them. Just content. हमारा जो 7 पेज का डॉक्यूमेंट था वो हमने लिखा, इसको फिर पिच डेक बनाया, एक इन्वेस्टर के पास ले गए. इसने कहा आई लव दिस आइडिया, get 100 user and you will get the $50 million as an initial investment. We came back from this investor. Then we start, then हमने कहा यार अगर हमने क्विकली कोई चीज बनानी, ऑब्वियसली वर्डप्रेस थीम और ये सारा डाउनलोड करके फिर उसको फुल्ली कस्टमाइज करो, क्योंकि वी आर नॉट द डेवलपर्स, राइट? So we are not the front end developers. हमें कुछ भी नहीं आता कोडिंग में. So that's how we are approaching our target. Like just to get 100 user. We don't want to go beyond 100 user. That's all. हमें सिर्फ 100 user चाहिए. हम उनको problem solve करेंगे, automatically it's going to propagate. That's how it works. But please spend some time. और one more thing, एक और बात. अगर कोई तुम ये डरते हो ना तुम्हारा कोई आइडिया लेके चले जाएगा, भाई this is very जो हमारा ट्रम्प भाई कहता है ना फेक न्यूज, ये फेक न्यूज है, ठीक है? Nobody gonna steal your idea. Why? Nobody can read your brain. ठीक है?
थोड़ा सा है ये इशू ये इस चीज का, मुदस्सिर बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हो, लेकिन ये फियर है हमारे अंदर, क्योंकि ऐसा होता है, हुआ भी है.
भाई मेरा आइडिया चोरी किया ये वाला दोस्त, मेरा आइडिया.
लेकिन एक बात मैं आपको बताऊं, जो आइडिया चोरी करते हो कभी भी उस सक्सेस पर जाता ही नहीं, बिकॉज हार्ट बीट जिसका आइडिया होता है उसी के पास रहती है हमेशा.
भाई मेरा आइडिया चोरी किया था ये वाला जो हकीको की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. But what they did basically, they just create the website and then they ran away.
No, ऐसे ही.
So that's why I'm very open to talk about it, in public.
मुदस्सिर भाई सॉरी मैं आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ. मेरा खुद का आइडिया 15 लोगों ने ट्राई किया था. वेडिंग प्लेनेट मैंने लॉन्च किया 2013 के अंदर ना. 17 पोर्टल्स आए, लेकिन उनमें से कोई भी सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाया अभी तक.
इसलिए तो कह रहा हूं मैं कि ये जो पोर्टल होता है ये सिर्फ 2% होता है सब चीजों का.
यार एग्जीक्यूशन सारी गेम है, पता है?
अच्छा
एग्जीक्यूशन ऑपरेटिंग मॉडल.
Here's the thing, I just need to jump into a very crucial meeting at work, but here's the thing, I share with you my LinkedIn profile as well, my website. If you want to keep in touch with me, please do, and I will try to have one more session like this, and where we will explore more these kind of activities. All right,
Thank you so much. It's very interesting, by the way. बड़ा मजा आया. Thank you जी.
Thank you Mudassir. Thank you Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Bye bye.
Thank you.